Right, welcome back. I'm late. It is just gone 12 o'clock and I haven't got my strike water warmed up. But it's the only day I can brew today. Terrible timing. Anyway, I'm going to get on with it. It gets dark at 4:30, so I'm going to have to do what Martin Keane would say is a short and shoddy. Martin Keane from the Brew Show has been doing some short and shoddies, and also Big Banana has been cutting down his brew days. Now, I've always done a 40-minute boil for ages and ages and ages, and I've never seen a problem. We're going to have to just cut it back a bit more at the minute. I just don't have the time. So, today, we're going to be brewing a pale ale. I'm going to be using some hops up, and I'm going to be brewing it short. I've already got, so my strike water is at 66 at the minute. I'm getting it up to 70 and then I'll mash in. I think I'm going to mash in for 3/4 of an hour. I've already got my sparge water up to temperature. It's just a bit over temperature, so we'll be ready to go. And we're going to do a half an hour boil. Clean up, bing bash bosh, all done. One in the bag because we're getting a bit short on stocks and short on time. Now, like I said, I've just gone through the bottom of my hop drawer and we'll have a look. So we're going to be doing 4.5 kgs of Marisotta, 100 grams of Crystal. We've got 100 grams of Caragold. So hops are, we're going to have 25 grams of Magnum at the start of a 30-minute boil. I might bottle it to a 40. I can't see what 10 minutes makes. But how shortly could it? Anyway, we'll see. The last 10 minutes, 30 grams of Citra, 30 grams of Mosaic and 10 grams of Nectaron. Then flame out. I'm just going to let it cool down. I ain't got time to wait half an hour at 80 degrees or 70 degrees or whatever we normally do. So 70 grams of Citra, 30 grams of Mosaic and 30 grams of Nectaron. As I say, flame out. Just while it cools down. It's going to be it's a bit of a cold day, so it probably won't be as cold as it normally is, but we'll see. We're just in a rush. Like I say, I want to be getting packed up before 4:30 when it's getting dark. I've got a floodlight out there. I just want to get it done. Yeast is Cross Maloo 4. Just to keep it simple, I've got some really nice yeast in there, but I don't want to rush that. I want to do something special with those. I'm going to Protaflock. I've been using half a Protaflock recently, and some of my beers take a bit more clearing out. It says use half a Protaflock. I've always just used a full Protaflock, and then I went, I'll save a bit of... I'll get double brews, won't I, out of a Protaflock, so I've been breaking them in half. And I have noticed, I don't know whether it's coincidence with the hopping that I've been doing or whether it's just a coincidence. But some beers have not been clearing out like they used to. So I'm going to use a whole Protaflock in this one and see what happens there. We haven't got any dry hop. We'll ferment it at something like 19 degrees. Pressure ferment it at 15 psi. Near enough, close enough. And we'll see how we go. It's just a quick little... I'm using some bits up. I'm doing it quick, short and shoddy, and yes, I just got to get a quick brew day in. I'll get back to you when we're done, we'll see how it goes. Right, we're mashed in. Now I've got most of my water in there, because I thought that might save me a bit of time. Because in here, the less water that's in there, the less time it takes to warm up. And as you know, today we are on a time scale that's tight. So I am still going to do a sparge, but not a big one. So when that's about ready, I've already got that warmed up a bit over temperature. So when this is about done, I can pop that back on, make sure we're the right temperature. It won't take me long to mess about with, will it? And that is all it's all about today. It's all about time. So let's get that covered up. One more mix and let it do its stuff. Stop the clock! Stop the clock! We're done! Okay. What time is it? It's 3:10. Right. Okay, we are cleaned up. Even the hose pipe's reeled up. And the beer is in fermenter. Look. There you go. I'm fermenting at 19 degrees C. Okay, I've pitched the yeast at 22.6 because getting on, like I say, and that is not a fantastic clear down. A bit of bit of a fairy liquid in some hot water, ran it around the system a bit, flush the pump backwards, give it a rub round with the cloth. We will do a proper clean at some point. It does need it. Not today, not today. But everything is in its place. Everything's back where it's supposed to be. Get in. Right. I need the toilet. So what we're going to do is I'm going to shut the garage doors, go for a wee, and then a little bit later we'll come back with some times and see how long it took me. Spoiler alert, I'm pretty impressed, to be fair. Interesting stuff. Right, I'll be back with a beer in my hand in a little while. That's it. The storm has calmed and we're back, ready for a little Slurpee. I really look forward to a beer at the end of a brew day. Lovely. Cheers. That's an Asahi. Right, let's just see how we went here, because I've had a look at some times on the video timestamps to see exactly, because I think I might have got some times wrong there. Let's have a look at what we've got. Now, strike water went on at 12 o'clock. The pot got put away and the door shut. Well, the doors was open. I was doing that last bit of video, wasn't it? But everything was put away and finished 3:10. So from start, and bearing in mind, the only thing I'd done is I collected water a couple of days ago, put Camden tablets in them. I hadn't decided what I was brewing. I hadn't weighed any grain out. I hadn't got a malt bill. I didn't know what I was doing. I hadn't weighed any hops out either, obviously, because I didn't know what I was doing. So we was all doing stuff on the fly as we was doing other things. I was cleaning up as we was going along. So we started at 12 o'clock midday and we finished at 3:10. I'm normally a 5-hour brew day, generally. So we are 3 hours, 10 minutes from starting the water warming up. And that went in at 3 degrees C. So to be fair, it's pretty cold. Took a while to get up. Also, it works the other way, doesn't it? It takes a while to get up, but then cooling down was quicker. And the pressure, the water pressure today, obviously the water was cold, but the water pressure was really high. It was craziness. I don't know what was going on. But yeah, so it cooled down quite well. But I did do an iodine. I messed it up a bit. So my iodine pot broke. It was in a little pipette bottle with a pipette, but the pipette, I'd had it that long, the pipette had like perished, so I've had to put it in a jar. And then I didn't get a pipette to put it in, I just tipped it, so it was too much going in, I couldn't tell. But so we did a 45-minute mash, and we did a 30-minute boil, and we was warming up we got strike water got in, and we was mashing in, and we got the sparge water over temperature so it could cool down a bit. And it took me, when I decided I need to use it, it was a couple of minutes, because it just dropped a couple of degrees, a couple of minutes, maybe a minute up to the degree that I needed. So that was a good idea. Also, I used lots more strike water than I normally do. I saturate, so I didn't have as much sparge water to heat up. Just so I thought that might be quicker, but you still got to heat both up, and I don't know whether that was worth it or not. Yeah, efficiency. So we came in at 1.046, but we was a litre up. So we know, don't we? I really should have adjusted my levels a bit, but it doesn't matter. So we got a 24 litres instead of 23 litres we normally get. Yeah. But let's look back at when we've done it before. So OG this time 1.046. Let's just pop it there so we remember. Now I've got my brew sheet. I've got several brews on here, look, of this beer. So when I first brewed it, 1.049, but you're going to see there's a right different mishmash of numbers. Another time it came in at 1.049. Another time it came in at 1.043, 1.042, 1.048. I mean, we have dropped a bit of efficiency on the majority of them, 1.049. We've come in at 1.046. We have dropped a bit, haven't we? But we are a litre over. But then that all depends on how it finishes it well as well, doesn't it? Pitch the yeast a couple of degrees high, but you can ferment that yeast at that, so it's not going to kill it. We're all good. I'm looking for a name for it. I don't know what to call it. Obviously, the title needs to be a bit of a catchy one, doesn't it? Clickbait. I reckon, I'm surprised, 3 hours and 10 minutes. Including not a proper clean down, as I said, but we did get cleaned down. Yeah, I'm surprised. I didn't have a stopwatch on, but I did keep looking at. I did look at the times. I know what time I started. I know what time I finished. Yeah, craziness. So I need a name for the beer. At the minute, because it is a quick brew day, I've called it Roadrunner Pale. But that was just a quick thought. I don't know. I'll have a think about it. But yeah, fast brew day. If I don't get any efficiency problems, obviously, if you're going to do a hop stand, it's going to add 20 minutes, half an hour on. You can't get round that, can you? Yeah, I don't know. I guess if it had more bittering, I put the bittering hops in that I would normally put in. Obviously, if you're going to do a shorter boil, you need to up your bittering hops because they're not in there as long. I know that, but I'm not bothered about this beer being bitter. This beer quite often doesn't have any bittering hops in it. I quite often leave it more to just later dish. I just fancied a bit of bittering in this one. So whatever I get will be more than what I normally get with it. And yeah, it'll be what it is. It'll be fine. Fast brewed, 3 hours, 10 minutes. I can't remember what Mr. Biggie B does it in. He has actually a stopwatch, doesn't he? I've watched all his. I always watch his videos. I'm a massive fan. I just can't remember what he does. 4 hours seems to jump in my head, but I'm not sure. I will look back. Like I say, you need a better clean down than that. Would you count that as the brew day? I would. Clear. I count the brew day as the first thing I put in the. Okay, I don't collect. Not the collecting the water and weighing the grains out normally, but you can do that while everything's warming up. It's irrelevant, isn't it? I do normally like to get that done before, just because I know what I'm brewing then. But today I didn't. But you've got plenty of time while it's heating up. The waters are heating up. You've got time to sort everything out. It's not a problem, is it? So my brew day is from that water going in that kettle and switching the controller on to putting the last thing on the shelf. Obviously a clean down, 45-50 minutes will be added on to that for a proper clean down with the proper... But you're not doing anything, are you? You heat your water up, you put your cleaning solution in, and I've got one of them things, and then you just leave it going, don't you? So it doesn't really count, does it? But you are tied up a bit. You've got to wait for it, then you've got to clean it out. But it is what it is. Mine's due a bit of a deep clean anyway, so I don't feel bad. I'm going to do another brew on that because I want to get another brew done next week, and then it can have a proper deep clean. But yes, fantastic. I want to brew today if I hadn't decided to do that. I just wouldn't have had the inclination and the time to do 5 hours, 4.5, 5 hours. I can do it in 4.5 quite often, but yeah, I thought, do you know what? And it's a bit interesting. I was using some hops up. You've seen me brew pale ales, but you haven't seen me brew a quick pale ale. And let's see if it changes anything. I wasn't going to dry hop it. I still might not dry hop it, but I might dry hop it. I'm going to think about it. Might think about it. I don't know. I might not. I don't know. I don't know. But I want to brew another stout. I need to get a stout on. And I think... Anyway, we won't talk about that because then the videos go out at the wrong time. And then I've just brewed a beer in a bucket. And I might brew a stout in a bucket. But I might brew a stout with a Kvike in a bucket. Anyway, again, I wasn't talking about that, but I am, aren't I? I don't. So lovely. I feel alright. I feel alright. This might be a new thing. Like I say, unless you're going to do bittering hops and things like that you need to proper do. But for a quick brew that you need to do with a hoppy beer, I reckon this could be a winner if it works out alright. It seems to have worked out for other people, so I don't see why I should be any different. Anyway, the proof will be in the pudding, and we'll come back when there's a beer in a glass, if we get that far, and see what it's like. See what it finishes off like, see what it tastes like, mouthfeel. See if anything changes. I'm excited. Something a bit different. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Right, I have just moved the short boil, short mash beer from down there into there. There she is. I thought I'd just drop on and show you. It's the very, very, very first pint. Now, normally, I've just looked back at the footage. I normally do an OG in Final Gravity, I think, don't I? And I don't know if I've lost the footage or I didn't do it or what. Anyway, I can't find it. So, but, unfortunately, I've got something on at the minute. So I'm not going to review this. I just thought I'd show you the first pint pulled off. And I've just moved the keg. That is bizarre. Lovely job. Nice fluffy head. I have not even had a sample of this yet. I shall be back with a tasting very soon. So if you've already seen, the beer has made a tap, and here she is in all its glory. Look at that. It looks alright, doesn't it? It looks alright. It smells alright. So let's recap, shall we? 45-minute mash and a 30-minute boil, and I stuck to it. I did it. I did the whole brew day in 3 hours, 10 minutes from warming water up to popping the all-in-one system back on the shelf. Record time that was. Let's have a little slurp and then we'll talk about the name, because I've got a thank you, a big thank you to pop out there. So, as you can remember, I came up with Roadrunner. It was a bit rubbish, I've got to be honest. So, I popped it on social media and asked for some comments. There were some good comments, but the one I liked the most was from Steve Wadsworth, and it was Boiled a Dash. Boiled a Dash. Now that's funny. I love it. I absolutely love it. Thank you very much, Steve. I'd like to do a series of these, Boiled a Dash. I could do a Boiled a Dash IPA, Boiled a Dash Pale, Boiled a Dash Stout, Boiled a Dash Wheat Beer. Could do. So, I don't think we did numbers, did we? I showed you that bit of a clip it, didn't I? I moved the keg, pulled a pint, and I couldn't believe the clarity from just moving it. So I just wanted to show you that, but I didn't have time to do a beer tasting video on it that night. So let's have a look at the numbers, because I didn't do them apparently. Just had a quick look back. OG was 1.046. Final Gravity was 1.010. 1.010, bringing it in at a ABV of 4.7%. Nice and quaffable, innit? Nice and quaffable. It smells fruity. So we was talking about dry hopping it. I didn't dry hop it. So the recipe is the recipe. I've not messed about with it. Right, let's start with the basics. It's got a lovely head. Carbonation's good. No off smells. And no off tastes. Already this is a success for me. Absolutely, definitely. What else are we getting? We're getting fruitiness on the nose. There's a bitterness that comes in about halfway through. Talked about the bitterness, didn't we? I don't normally bitter these, or I haven't bittered these before. Wanted a bit of bitterness in this one. It's got a nice citrus smell and taste. That bitterness lingers at the back end. I think there's definitely a bit of grapefruit in this. Some citra. Some stone fruits. Some sort of berry. You can tell it's got nectar on in it. It's got a nice bit of lacing. Nice bit of carbonation. Nice citrusy burp. We don't talk about that very often on this channel, do we? And I tried to do a little burp with a burp. A cheeky little citrus on the burp. It smells, it's got that nectaron creaminess, I think. This could change my brewing day. Even with using bittering hops, we talked about that, didn't we? I didn't change the bittering hops and I got a bit more volume because I didn't adjust that, but it still turned out absolutely cracking. Look at it. That head is hanging around all the way from the top to nearly the bottom. That ain't going anywhere, is it? That's not going anywhere. Look at it, it's creamy. It's got a bit of a light to medium body as well. Mouthfeel. That is craziness. That is craziness. So we haven't done anything special to it, have we? We have pressure fermented it, which does help us with off flavours, I think, doesn't it? But my first go, what was I doing? I'd had a bit of a lie-in, hadn't I? I'd had a bit of a lie-in. 12 o'clock before I started, and this was before Christmas, I think. So it was still getting dark at 4-ish, 4:30, I think. So I said I had a light up there, didn't I? But I was like trying to get on. I don't like clearing up in the dark, you miss things. Not ideal. Nothing, there's nothing off there. It's lovely. It's just lovely. It tastes like my other pale ales do. Blooming heck. It's a bit of a revolution, isn't it? I mean, this is controversial, I know. I understand that people are still doing 2-hour boils and 1-hour boils, and I've been doing 40-minute boils for ages. I mean, I don't know what the answers are. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I am saying a 3-hour, 10-minute brew day has produced this little beauty, which smells lovely. It looks lovely. It absolutely, definitely tastes lovely. And to an amateur like myself, I can't tell any difference in this style. Now, whether it's going to work with every style, I don't know. I've been keeping my eager beaver eyes on other people doing shorter brew days and keeping an eye out on them results. And to me, at the minute, it's a bit of a winner-winner chicken dinner, I reckon. But we will see, won't we? We will see. This beer is the only beer that I've done it with. It's my only quick boiled a dash brew day. But I think I may be investigating this just a little bit further, because I'm a little bit blown away with this. This is a beautiful, tasty, yummy beer. Using up hops that I had to use. I seem to have picked the right ones again that went together. Malt bill's good. Clarity's good. That whole Protoflock, I just moved on that brew day, hadn't I, from using half a Protoflock, because I'd had some murkies a bit. Not murky, muddy, just not clear. And that one's pretty close. I'll drink that now. Pretty close, I reckon. Pretty close. So yes, I'm going to leave it here. We will be investigating this further. I'm going to do this again with something else, and we will see. But for the first go, do you know what? I wasn't panicking anyway, because I've seen people do this, and I've never seen anybody have a major problem. For the aficionados of tasting beer, they're probably going to notice a difference maybe. But for me and the people I serve it to, at the minute, yeah, no difference. We're going to have this. We're going to have another go at this. I'm excited. 3 hours, 10-minute brew day. Obviously not counting a deep clean, as we said. I don't know, fancy a bit more of this. I've got to look into this a bit more now. It has properly piqued my interest. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it's been interesting. Cheers!
Like, subscribe and hit the bell.